until you have that great system in order for you to package what you already have. Because you don't make wealth, you create the wealth. If your digital economy disappeared tomorrow, would your income disappear with it? So let's think about it and how we can cope in terms of income-wise. We are not just in an era, we are in the new economy, one where the currency isn't just about cash. It is clarity, creativity, and credibility. In this digital age, how you position your genius can be more valuable than your credential. How do you position your genius in the marketplace? How did people value you? What are the things that you bring in the marketplace that make you stand out among your competitors? Either you are working for an employer, either you have your own creativities, either you are a content creator, either you are a consultant. Are you selling from your identity, or are you hiding under your identity as a strategy? And that is exactly what we are unpacking today. The future of wealth creation in a digital economy and how to future-proof your income using what you already carry within. And I'm here just for one reason, which is you. This message is for the builders, the visionary, the coach, and the founder, the expert who knows. Yet, I have something powerful, but I haven't fully positioned it yet. Those are who this message are for today. So, what do we even talk? What do we even mean by digital wealth? And how does this shift happens? And you have to know that digital wealth has shifted. Have you? Wealth used to be tied to what you owned, something like land, stocks, and physical businesses, structure. But now, wealth is being created by identity, your knowledge and systems. The digital world rewards those who know who they are, who can solve real problems, know how to systemize value. Like there's a video that I made in the past which talks about the 4 levels of value. Everybody, regardless of who you are, black, white, pink, yellow, call it any color, call it any race, the market only pay you for the value that you bring on the table. And this type of payment determines which level or which category do you fall into. We have seen people who trade their time for penny, and people work super hard to make an ends meet. Probably they work 8 hours a day, or even 12 hours a day, even 16 hours a day. They work with their strength, their energy, their power in order to make a little to nothing. And all this kind of people trade whatever thing it takes them to put food on the table, to make that earnings. And the marketplace only pay them based on that exactly way they present themselves, they present their value. But it's not really ideal for us to struggle, because there's so many ways we can leverage on system. There's so many ways that we can do things that can take us back or easily make us to absorb the potentials that is in this life. So this life is more than working and pay bills. People that trade all their physical energies, trade their hours of time in order to make a penny, this set of people, we call them the implementation phase of value. And you can literally find all these kind of people in like maybe an income-wise, probably they earn below $20 an hour, like people work in the restaurants, like janitorial, right? All these people make little money on hours, and it's one of the among the hardest job that you can ever imagine. I don't know if you have already been into like a restaurant, like all these waitress, they don't really pay them much. They make more money through the tips that the customer comes in and tips them. Janitorial, regardless of any factory or any enterprise or any company that you step into, you will see people who work in the housekeeping departments. These people work, they make sure they scrub the wall, they, does the curtain, the curtain, they clean the chair, they do all kind of things. And it's hard labor. This set of people implemented because they are using their energy to make a living. Now, And that is what the market pays them for what they bring on the table. Then when we talk about the people in the unification level of value, are people who manage people, and it can be anybody, but you have to have these skills of management in terms of, let's say, probably a manager in an organization, because now these people manage more than himself and he report to the higher tie. These people use their brain, they use their communication skills, and so on and so forth. They manage people. They are unification, they unified people. They unify the process. This set of people, they make, let's say, around $250,000, $150,000, anything above 6 figures. This set of people make that kind of money because that's the value they be able to produce, and probably can manage maybe like hundreds of co-workers or employees. Then they report to their higher tie. That's the systems of value that they bring in the marketplace. That's a golden currency. That's a currency on its own. And if a company is paying you over 100,000, 150,000, 200,000, 250,000 annual, better know that this company believes that they owned you, because you will literally work for that money. You're going to be missing the children engagements, the family engagements, the loved one engagement, because you'll be bored down to the cycle of the work. Because that's the value that you bring on the marketplace. Now, when we talk about the communication level of value, you're talking about people who do something, who bring a particular value in the marketplace that benefits more than themselves. Benefit like hundreds of people, thousands of people, tens of thousands of people after they create that value. And a lot of people tap into their experience. A lot of people tap into their knowledge, because the marketplace right now pay people based on the skills, pay you based on the knowledge, pay you based on the digital currency that you bring to exchange for physical currency. So now, what is the thing that you know that is a genius that you can turn into a value for other people to benefit other than you? Now, when we're talking about the communication aspect of value, communication level of value, might be people who write books, like authors, like a musician, like songwriters, like actors, like a YouTuber, like content creator. People who communicate, who share information to tens of thousands of people that can benefit if they do that thing one time, and a lot of people get benefit from it beyond. Now, when we're talking about the imagination level of value, people who invent things, like imagine the great atmosphere that me and you are enjoying right now, like internet, like lights, like cell phones, anything, anyone. We talk about the inventors. Those are imagination level, and their own level of the way they make their money is super. They create something for humanity. Now, if you're in a space of communication level value, because we have implementation, unification, communication, and imagination. Those are the 4 levels that we have. So those one in the communication, they make over $500,000 a year. They make $1 million plus a year, and so on, millions with S, right? In a year, because of the kind of level that they bring in the marketplace. And marketplace pay you for whatever level that you bring in the marketplace, because you can never ever get paid than the level than the value that you bring in the marketplace. So the imagination level of value, those one make super high. As a matter of fact, they make things for humanity, and they get the reward of many. Now, when you have a skills, you have something very golden. Everyone has skills, but how do we package it? How do we systemize it? What areas of value do you find yourself in terms of your earnings? In terms of what you make in annual, what you make in a month, what you make in a week, what you make in a day. But here's the truth from the wealth icon system. In the digital world, in the digital economy, clarity is your greatest leverage. You must be crystal clear about the value, about your identity, about anything that you are bringing in the marketplace. Because if you are not crystal clear around your digital currency, then the market will not respond. The right advertiser will not respond to your offer. If you don't know who you are in the market, it doesn't matter how skilled you are. People don't pay for vagues. They pay for clear, transformational outcome. Your message in the marketplace must be crystal clear. The value you bring in the marketplace must be crystal clear. That way, you can be able to attract the right advertiser, the right people. Then this help you to weed those unwanted clients. They are not yet clients, but those unwanted leads, those one who's going to drain your energy because your message is not clear. They don't even understand what you have to offer because they'll be asking you what is in your offer instead of how this offer is going to transform my life. Let's talk about the first pillar of my wealth icon system, which is called the purpose to profit positioning. Right now, millions of skills people are broke, not because they lack value, but because they haven't packaged it. People are broke, people underpriced for their value, for their worth, people below their worth, not because they don't have the skills, because they don't know the right system to properly package what they have. So if you are a coach or consultant and you are still selling time instead of transformation, you are missing the future, because until you can be able to probably systemize your value, probably systemize your skills and position yourself as a solution, as a transformation maker, not service provider, then you embrace the right audience, you'll be able to serve people at the highest level possible. And then the journey becomes super clear, super easy, and you enjoy the journey like a journey because you avoid all those clients that will be training you. You avoid those clients that, they will underpricing your worth, underpricing your value, put you in the space of burnout until you systemize your transformation. Because if you don't systemize your transformation, you cannot enjoy the journey. And those financial freedom, those life freedom, those abundance, it will be very far from you because you'll be draining in the cycle of unknown because you are selling out of your identity. So let me ask you, what problem do I solve better than most? What problem do you solve better? Who is willing to pay a premium for that solution? And how can I package my solution into clear offer with a result, not just a process? How can you be able to package your offer into a result? Who are the people, or who is willing to pay premium for the solution? That means you trying to determine who are your right advertiser, who this transformation is for, because your skills is not for everybody. Your transformation is not for everybody, because you have to distinguish who your solution is for. Until you be able to find those, you'll be able to narrow your market, you'll be able to mirror or streamline the people that your solution address, then you have an offer. But if you cannot be able to mirror those, then it becomes a challenging for you. That means you haven't found the right system. But when you get the right system, it becomes crystal clear. So how can I package my solution into clear offer with a result, not just a process? How can you package your solution? Because when you have the skills, then how do you package it? How do you systemize it? That way, others can be able to have the real transformation that the solution has. You don't need more offers. You need a clearer identity behind the one you already have. You don't need too much of offer. You just need one premium iconic offer, the one that speaks your identity, the one that speaks the transformation that you can literally deliver effortlessly without second guessing. That's all what you need. And when you build a premium offer, that is the golden digital currency for you, because the offer turned to something that transforms people's life. It turned to something that changed people's life, and you receive a lot of testimonial around that offer. You show people what they can do if they have the same system that you have. Until you have that great system, in order for you to package what you already have, because you don't make wealth, you create the wealth. And how do you create the wealth? By first thinking about it. It's from here. Wealth creation starts from here. How many people, or you can just literally wake up every day, like me, I wake up every day. How can I make $1,000 in 1 hour? How can I make 10,000 this week? How can I make 20,000 this week? How can I make 50,000 this week? Now you go to who need my solution? What can I do for people for them to be able to pay me? So creating of wealth starts from your imagination. You first imagine what you can accomplish. Like, how can I solve people problem? So it's not what you do, but what you imagine, and you go to work for it. That is a part, to creating a wealth, is a part to identify your own digital currency. And your digital currency turn to physical in your bank account, depending on how you use your intellect, how you use your skills, how you package your brilliance, and how do you systemize it. So when you put a system together, everything becomes easy. And when we are talking about the digital identity-based brands, digital real estate is the new frontier. Your online presence is your storefronts. And people don't just buy products. They buy beliefs, energy, clarity, and leadership. That's what people buy. People don't buy offer. People that buy transformation. People buy energy. People buy clarity. They believe that the messaging of your offer speaks clearly to your intended audience, to the people that needed it most. If your offer, if your belief is not clear enough, if your leadership is not proving what, then there's no way people will buy from you. So people need your story, and everything you have to have a story behind anything that you are giving out in the marketplace, because people buy emotion, people buy transformation, people buy speed. So your golden digital currency must display all those elements in order for people to say, yes, I need that. The fastest growing businesses in this space are not the biggest. They are the most authentic and positioned. How do you position your value? How do you position your genius? How do you position your offer in the marketplace? How do you position your languaging? Position is among the key. And let me tell you the meaning of this. Build a brand that reflects you, not a template. Stop copying. Start clarifying. Lead with your story, your voice, your method. You know, the old world or the whole market is saturated. Everybody wants to copy the trending thing, and they're lacking from their identity because they are not tapping into their genius. They don't want to be themselves. Everyone wants to model. Some people want to model, and that is the major problem that a lot of people are finding in the space right now. How do you detach, process from the noise and look for more problem that people are having and create a solution for that problem? That make you stand very tall. That make you stand out, because you are literally offering the problem before you think about the problem of the people before they even sense it. How cool is that? That is extremely cool. And how do you expect marketplace not to pay you for that? I think that is better than you working for people. It is great to work for people. I worked for people many times before, and I still love to work for people. Like my student now, I'm still working for them, but I'm showing them the transformation. Now, when I talk working for people, it's going to work 8 to 5 hours for an employer who doesn't even care about you. Going to work 8 to 5, if you did not do their job, they will get you out on the way, because they don't really care about you. And they don't even care about me either when I was working. But it gets to a certain time in life that you need to wake up like, why am I building other people's wealth if I can find something to do? Because thousands of millions of people have skills. They are genius, but because they're hiding under the safe zone, they don't want people to talk about them. They don't want people to say they are not experts yet. But why can't you try the thing and figure it out along the line? Why can't you step into the uncomfort zone, and leave that comfort zone? Like long time ago, I don't like to put myself on the show. I don't even like to share things like I'm super worried about, because I don't want people to talk about me. But when I realize that nobody pay my bills, I pay my own bills, I take care of my family. I have beautiful 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls. God bless them for me. I have a very damn sad wife. After God, my wife is my everything. I love her so much. Then I realized, like, why should I be worried about people, right? When God already chose me to change some people's life, either through my word, either through my content, either through my messages, either through my book, either through my podcast, either through my coaching, God already destined you to do the same. There's some people that God already destined around you that until you become who you're supposed to be, because your destiny is cycled around their own destiny. So until you succeed, there's a catch. They are not going to succeed until you get a breakthrough. Now, that is why we need to go out there and set people free, because I'm only here just because of you for the message. God, the message can save someone. It can help someone to start thinking out of the box, because we shouldn't forget that God created us. God does not create us to be in this life and be roaming about, or to be in this life and not to do something. God created us to multiply. God created us to create things so that everybody can, enjoy it, and everybody creates. Now, in life, we have two set of people. We have the consumer and we have the producer. Which one among them do you want to be? How are you leveraging on your skills, to change people's life? There is no home in this America that they did not have a cell phone. It's someone who wake up yesterday and make that thing happen for me and you to enjoy it. Like, this is my phone. I use iPhone. Someone made this thing. It make life super easy for me, for you to enjoy. And we enjoy the transformation. We can sit down right here. I'm in Dallas, Texas right now. I can pick my call and call family in Africa and call friends and loved ones in anywhere in the world. Someone sat down and make that things work for us, for me and you. So God created them, but they leverage on their genius. They leverage on their skills. They leverage and put a system together. If they can do it, if I can sit down here creating a message that you are listening to, tapping into my genius, you can also create something, change people's life, walk people through whatever path that they are, create a signature message, create an offer, package your brilliance, and put it out there. And because when God made us say, let's make man in our own image and likeness, He made man, right? Then He wants us to create something. Because the only way human being can be fulfilled is only when we create things, because we are made by the creators. And that is where our golden digital currency comes in. Our skills. You are brilliant. I am brilliant. Everybody are, but now, are we leveraging on our brilliance? Are you leveraging on your brilliance? Creating wealth is one thing, but how do you execute it? Everybody wants wealth. Everybody wants freedom, financial freedom, relationship freedom, health freedom, so many freedom, but they don't want to do the work. Like a friend of mine reached out to me and say, see, Jeffrey, I think I need to work on my finance. But I love to spend. So I started laughing. I said, well, everybody loves to spend, depending on how you make the income. If you have a system that prints money for you like ATM machine, you don't really have to worry, because you have to spend, but not spending anyhow. You make money to make money. You spend money to make money. But if what you are spending is reasonable and is yielding an interest, is yielding a royalty, of course, why? Let's do it. But if you are spending, but there's no return, there's no interest, there's no return on your investments, then I should ask you a question. He literally told me, most of the things that take his money is not something even ideal. I was like, wow, you need to sit down with your accountant or with your financial experts and let them help you save some money and start putting some money in a future legacy plan. Something that can be able to help you to grow your money, or look for some kind of investments, maybe a property, you get a royalty, and when the property appraise, grow more equity, and you can take the equity and do other stuff while you still owning the property. You can't just keep garnishing the money like that, because if you did not protect your wealth, the time will come you pay for it anyways. Your brand is not just your visuals. It is your voice in the marketplace of transformation. How do you position yourself in the marketplace? How do you display? What are the things? Is your branding, is it consistent? How did people, recognize your voice in the marketplace? So branding is the key thing. People want to associate with who their frequency of energy attracts. And if your branding is not well appealing, it's going to sense different meaning to your audience. So branding is key. The system building freedom. So let's move to the second and third pillar. When we talk about the branding, the third and the fourth pillar is all about branding and authority elevations and wealth building system. Branding and authority elevation. That is super great. A premium brand without a system is just a pretty mess. A system without identity is a forgettable machine. You cannot have a system without your identity. And you cannot have a premium brand without a system. It will not work. A system is just a simple way of how you take yourself out from the business and you build the business on the business. How people get the transformation without you even being there. How did the entire transformation take place? Or how the business is being run? How your offer is being run without even you being there? How do you set up a system? What structure do you put together? Like when you are sleeping like this, everything is going smoothly. Money is being made. You are making money. You are creating wealth. You are building legacy. You are building an empire without you being there. What is the one thing that will get you closer to the system building? Because you are one iconic offer to the world. In the new economy, you must have both. You just have to have both things. Because if you don't have those both stuff, I am sorry, you will not be able to create that momentum, that wealth, that transformation. You won't be able to serve people at the highest level. And you want to serve people at the highest level. And that's why you need the system, right? And you need the identity. So this is what I mean. Automating your lead flow. You have to automate your lead flow, right? When people come to your wall, they land into your wall, how do you automate them? How do you transcend them? How do you nurture them? How do you give them more flavors? Using digital tools like emails, content, funnels to extend your value. What do you give them in return for them signing up, right? Creating transformation without burnout. What is the thing that you put in process that keep working, that keep adding value to who you say you are, right? A system is identity. How do you package them? How do you put them together? What do you do with the system? How do you nurture the system? Because the system is going to replace the hustle with a repeatable process. The system helps you to replace your running around. You're trying to figure things out. You're trying to send the emails. You're trying to craft one, especially in this era of artificial intelligence, the AI. It's here. It has been here for a long time, 10 or 20, 30, like decades ago. But because it's not available to common people like me and you, but now it's available for me and you. How are we leveraging it? How are we using this great innovation to advance life? I don't believe this is going to change up, but you have to advance the skills. That way you can be able to meet up to the cutting demand of the transformation that we are getting now. And your identity comes in, your genius comes in, your skill comes in. How do you want to leave behind in wealth creation? What are you doing? But here is the truth. Here is the golden truth. You can't scale chaos, but you can scale clarity wrapped in a system. If your message is very clear enough, then there's a transformation. And you can put the transformation in a system. Your system buys back your time, delivers value at a scale, and gives you room to grow. That is all what your system can do for you. Because the idea of creating a system is to have that freedom, time freedom. Let's buy back our time. Let's condense those time and let's use those time on a quality life, on a quality engagement, on something very more productive. That is what the system gives you. It helps you to save your thousands of hours and give you the fulfillment you really want. What system does. So let me say this directly. You don't need another secret. You need to activate your structure. How are you activating your structure? What are you doing about your genius? What is the one thing that you need to do today to reactivate your structure? Stop chasing tactics. You don't need no more tactics. So stop chasing tactics. You need alignment. You need to activate that frequency in you. The future of wealth is not reserved for influencers or gurus. It is reserved for the clearer, committed, and positioned. When you positioned your value, when you position your transformation, when you align your identity with your genius in a transformational way, you already acquire the wealth. The right avatar chase you. You get the right response from the marketplace. But if you don't, and if you think the wealth is only for some certain set of people, because only 1% out of 100 are people who take the bold step, people who step out from their comfort zone, people who do the thing that is uncomfortable. And those are the people who explore the wealth. Those are the people who build what the future holds. Because the only thing you can do is to negotiate with life. And when you negotiate with life will literally give you what you ask for. But when you demand from life literally hand over everything for you. You know, many people negotiate wealth with life, and life give them the comfort zone that they want. If you want to become wealthy, you have to do things that is uncomfortable, like probably wake up in the night and start cracking your brains, or wake up in the night and start making some studies, or wake up in the night and do the things that is not comfortable. Let's say, for instance, someone who wants to lose, maybe he wants to become a physically fit. And in order for you to do that, probably you have to go to gym. They recommend some supplement for you and they give you some particular time that you need to take it. Or let's say, they tell you that you have to do a push-up 10 times in a day. Or they say you have to, a sacrifice for it. There must be a constrained process in getting it. Now you can either trade, that uncomfortable zone with life. And trust me, life will really handle it for you. Like, here you go, because you don't want to do the thing. And the reward speak either in your bank account or in your health. Because if you are not health-wise in a good shape, you pay for it in the future when, the older age comes. Or probably you need to make a decision now by tapping into your identity and tapping into your genius. And you're like, nah. I just want to keep working for my employer because I have a lot of overtime to do. Then probably I can do some more overtimes. The money I'm making is okay for me right now. You don't think beyond some circumstances in the future. Then when those times comes in, when you just negotiate that with the life is going to literally give it to you that, oh, my baby, stay right here. You don't need to do all this hard work. Continue working for the employers. Let the employer pay you $15, $10 an hour. Because they design your wealth, they design your check, they design the entire life of you. And I'm very sure with this message, a lot of people will be so mad for me saying this. But it's opinion is free. There is a wake-up call for everyone. Like, we need to uphold our digital currency. We need to position ourselves. We need to get a crystal clear about our identity. We need to tap into our genius, because that's the only way we can be able to create the fulfillment that we have ever dreamed of. That's the only way. Just only way. So here is what I want you to reflect on. What does your digital footprint say about your identity? Is your offer transformational or just informational? What systems do you need to build to get your time and income back? What system? Is your offer transformational? Are you having crystal clear around your offer message? Are you using a premium language? Are you tapping into your genius? Are you creating things for tens of thousands of other people other than you to make use of, that you really know that's going to change their life? So if you have the skills, then why are you sitting down on it? If you have the transformation in your palm, then why are you holding it? If you have everything it takes, then why are you not getting out there? Why are you playing low? Why don't you do the thing? Why are you sitting down on the gold mine? Because everyone have the skills. Everyone have what it takes. And everyone start from somewhere. Nobody ever perfect. You learn along the way. That is literally the beauty. If you are ready to step into a system that builds wealth from identity, purpose, and clarity, then join me in the Wealth Icon Masterclass. In this free training, I will break down how to package your genius, price your value, position your identity, and build a system that scales without burnout. Check the link in the description of the video below. Let's build wealth your way. the premium way. So before we close, drop in the comments which of the 3 pillars do you need to work on most right now? Maybe positioning, branding, or system. And let us unpack it together. Thank you for staying with me. And if you are not yet a subscriber, the only way you can help us grow these channels and let other people enjoy this same information that you just enjoy is by you click the subscribe buttons to support us, share the video to get more discovery, and like, and please comment. That way we can be able to, or you tell us the type of contents that you want us to be able to unpack. And we do all our best to reply to the comments. We do all our best to create that content that you need. And until then, thank you and be blessed by the best. Peace.